AV Mania 4. Looking at the analytics, is the most successful major live event in the company's history in 7-day total views and audience retention. It breaks records for this company, and it's all thanks to the competitors and the authority in charge of the company. But most notably, it couldn't be done without the AWE universe. At AV Mania 4, we witnessed Moko go one-on-one for the WOW Championship against Arrow, and lo and behold, Arrow was able to overcome the odds and come out on top as the new WOW champion. This is not the first time someone in our company has won a championship from another company. Klee did it with Charlotte Flair many moons ago. And while we couldn't acquire the WWE in leagues with my Chief Innovation Officer, we've been able to acquire the WOW. And in this merger, not only did we say, hey, what do we want to do with this championship? What do we want to do with Arrow? We wanted to do what the authority does best and listen to you. Listen to the people and create a new title with a new lineage that couldn't have a better first champion than Ribbon Arrow Ogami. A championship that represents the opinions of the AWE universe, a championship that whenever it's on the line, your voices have an influence on the match. And just like the vote at the end of this previous Friday Night Inferno, Nimona will be the first challenger for that championship in the main event of AWE Fracture. No matter what, the authority wanted to listen to you. And they matter more than ever when it comes to this title, because this is your championship. A championship to represent your collective voices. A championship to represent your unified decisions. A championship to represent your united will. Good day, good people. It is another fine day in the year of the Paradigm. Toon Link Dave, Bravo Dave, Anomalino Makaris. I am the United States Aviator. This is AWE Rebellion, and I've come to realize we are already past the 1-year mark of Rebellion. We didn't really have an anniversary show, but we had a live show that month, so you know, that's cool. It's just when Rebellion started, it was right in the heat of last year's Road to AV Mania, so there's not really a good time to do an anniversary stream for Rebellion, but we are lucky. Maybe we'll always do like a live for the Rebellion anniversary. Maybe that's gonna be our kind of thing. Cause you know, we had a live one last month, so you know, it is what it is. Regardless, that's past. The current and the future and the present, we gotta talk about all the things that are transpiring right now in the AWE. After the assault last Friday, is not dead, thankfully. However, he was transferred to a legitimate hospital. Our mages did the best they could to stabilize him. Our nurses, our mages, our doctors, but he was shipped to a hospital. Further news to be had down the line. We're told that he will be fine in the long run. These aren't like, well, thanks to our mages, they're not career-ending injuries. They were almost life-ending injuries. So you know, that's what I'm talking about. I want to take you to something that happened, which sets up our main event, which is surprising that I read it when the general manager's contacting me. Take us to the footage. Now, we know that these two have had some history together. I'm talking about Chie, I'm talking about Yukiko. And I didn't think I'd ever see them in kind of a unified front like we're seeing in this conversation. Yukiko saying, we gotta teach Yosuke a lesson, essentially. Not sure what's going through Yosuke's head, but I would have bet that these two would be fighting against each other before they'd be fighting together again. But that shows you how much they both care about you. They're willing to put their intense rivalry from this year to a side for a night to take on the Equalist movement, Yosuke and Alhaitham, in tonight's main event. The Inaba investigation team, potentially for one night only, reunites in Yu's honor. And that's so meaningful. Because look, Yukiko attacking Chie is one of the biggest sparks that really started the Flame Tribe. So it's kind of shocking to see them together tonight. And look, we got ourselves a night, is what I'm saying. That's all I gotta say. Everyone's looking forward to Camilla versus Black Swan. There's gonna be a little bit of announcing to do right before that match as well, for some stuff that happened. Good things, I would say. Good things. And of course, we got all sorts of action tonight. Flair looking to call out Ray after our opening with our brand new United World Champion. Excited to see Arrow come down with that championship. And of course, there's a big old triple threat, a little throwback for the entourage. It will be the new AWE All-Star Champion, Mr. Mondo Owater, versus Kang Ryoma and Pimp Kazuichi. All three of them, after I hiccup, are going down in a triple threat match. And that's our card. And let's go and start our card. If I don't say so myself, we got ourselves a little bit of a banger card. So, let's make it happen. Are you ready? Because you better be. If you're not, where are we? Here. Yes, I'm completely set up now. Look, there was so much going on. I'm still thinking about you. I have my phone to the side in case anything goes a little crazy. But tonight, Arrow's walking out saying, I'm your champion, I'm a fighting champion, and I'm here to fight tonight against whoever wants to go one-on-one against me. Not for the title, because Nemona's got the first crack at Fracture. But right now, though, let's see who's challenging Arrow as the stars go. Black. Okay. Oh, the AV Mania sign is still there. It's just a reminder that AV Mania just happened. That's why we left it there. I did not forget to instruct the crew to remove it. But for right now, it is, for the first time in action, the Unified Will Champion. UWC, the United Will Champion. That's a typo. It's Unified Will, but I digress. Is it Unified or is it United? Look, it's a brand new championship. Let me look at it real quick. Let me take a peek. Let me take a peek-see. Regardless of what it is it's the champion right there. It is a conglomerate of your... It is Unified Will. We're gonna have to change the graphic on that. Look, production they're slacking today. They're slacking today. It's the... I was gonna say, I'm not going crazy, right? It is Unified Will. I spent time in Paint.net to make sure it said... I don't know. We'll continue. Oh, maybe it is United. Maybe I'm tripping. I might just be... Look, I'm high apparently. Maybe I visited Sumeru. Y'all, I was in my head right now for a hot minute. I was out here saying, oh my gosh, it is the X, Y, and Z champion. The real point is Arrow wanted to be a fighting champion, said whoever has the moxie to come out here, whoever wants a one-on-one with the champion, the new champion, the first ever champion, with a custom non-binary flag belt, come at me. I would not have expected this to answer the door to this challenge. We're getting this for free? On Rebellion? For free? Hey, you know what? It's the Rebellion after Mania. Anything can happen. We can have all sorts of dream matches, apparently, because going one-on-one with the United Will Champion. It is the Repairman. He was just counted out at AV Mania when they considered him a threat. He started using that, let him in submission again. And now he's going toe-to-toe with somebody who perhaps he has the longest history with, who he's never been in the ring with. Arrow Ogami. This is somebody whose underlings have tormented the wife of Arrow. This is somebody who is honestly taken Arrow to the limit physically, mentally, emotionally, and it's Arrow's favorite son, the Repairman, is here. One-on-one with Arrow. I'm just kind of shocked that this is happening. Like, this is legit. This is a real thing that's happening right now. I have to, like, really, like, take a step back and breathe in and say, this is what's going on right now. We are having Arrow versus the Repairman. For free. For free. For free, y'all. Okay, regardless. One-on-one. Apparently, we are gonna have ourselves a night, apparently. It is the Repairman, it's Arrow, it's a one-on-one, and it's going down here tonight. Not for the championship. You all voted, and that championship will be defended at Fracture by Nimona. Arrow picking up a big victory here against the Repairman would do wonders for that momentum going to the match. But the Repairman very clearly not going easy on Arrow. Apparently like a freight train, but Arrow trying to get a quick roll up. Doesn't want to be in the ring with the Repairman any longer than they have to. And now look at this. These two grappling. I would expect the Repairman to have a power advantage on Arrow. Arrow likely has a speed advantage on the Repairman. And did you actually see that? Neither of them did a cheap shot after the graps. Usually you see somebody go for like a cheap shot, but they actually separated. There may be an actual modicum of respect between these two. And you gotta, look, I know we would just talk about how much the Repairman has kind of intentionally or unintentionally tormented Arrow. The Repairman has also believed in Arrow in the past, and because of that got deleted. Big clothesline. Arrow already stunned early in this fight, has not really been able to do any damage to the Repairman. You gotta imagine what's going through Arrow's mind right now. Please, anyone but him, more than likely. But now Arrow's gonna have to deal with it, and the united will of the people. Boom. With a DDT. Oh my gosh, trying to go for a senton right afterwards. Knees go up though. The Repairman with a big boot has had an answer to all of Arrow's offense, and right now Arrow is hurting bad. Responded by Arrow though. Shot to the head of the Repairman into the corner. And Arrow has to go running, has to go high risk. And able to get that. I thought the Repairman's knee might have gotten up, but instead he gets planted down. Off the ropes, coffin drop, misses. Arrow might want to really never do that move again because the Repairman is now this close to, oh my gosh, drop kick right to the eye. I was gonna say the Repairman this close to having Sister Abigail on lock, but the Repairman taking a little bit too long grandstanding, but reversed into a, ooh my gosh, into a power slam position and lets Arrow have it. Elbow drop right to the chest. But Arrow with a knee to the head-ish area of the Repairman. Lo and behold, in terms of real damage, this is actually a pretty even bout. Both have about a body in orange. Arrow, however, also has the head in orange, but we also have to pay attention to what's been going on with Arrow's head. Arrow has been getting neck injury after neck injury. The past, like, 4 weeks for Arrow has not been good for their neck. Stop to the back. Did not connect. Oh, I think the Repairman was thinking Sister Abigail. Uppercut, kick, uppercut again. But Arrow stands right back up. Almost stood up into the Sister Abigail again. But Arrow, once again, we were talking about that speed of Arrow. It saved Arrow twice. Will it save them this time? Shot to the eye. But a knee to the gut. Arrow this close to being stunned. Able to save themselves again at the last second. And a knee strike to the eye. Rolled through, kick right to the head. Arrow has an opportunity to turn this thing around. Off the, I thought was going off the ropes. Maybe thought said, you know what? That coffin drop has not been nice to me. Maybe I should not go for it this time. Into the ropes and, oh my gosh, almost Repairman-esque with that flying crossbody. Arrow not going to the top rope, going literally outside of the ring, maybe catching their breath, now going middle rope. Repairman trying to roll over, trying to get out of the way, up to a knee, but Arrow goes flying. Repairman tried to catch Arrow there, did not work. Arrow very close to working up a natural finisher. Needs really one more move to make that happen. Has the Repairman on the ropes. But the Repairman eliminates Arrow from the Rumble. That's not this match, but we will be having one of those this December, Fight Before Christmas, on the way. But first stop, there is Brawl O'Ween. Repairman now stomping on the arm of Arrow. as this match rolls on. We're at a count of 1. Raking at the eyes of Ogami and Sister Abigail on the outside. Steps back into the ring, ladies and gentlemen. Is Arrow gonna be able to answer the count of 10? Count of 5. The Repairman. We know that all too well. That celebration. Arrow steps back into the ring. And again with that cheeky roll up, but a rope break. But it may have just been to work up. Oh no. Claw slam. Let him slam. Arrow's down. Might have to be resiliency for 1, for 2. And it's gone. Resiliency is out of here. The Repairman says stand on up. Arrow still stunned. Turned around. And a DDT. Reverse DDT to the back of the neck. Now here's the thing. Repairman needs to pay attention because Arrow does have rage. Could immediately have 2 finishers if he's not careful. But right now, Arrow needs to be careful that they don't have broken ribs after this bout. Lifted Arrow up. Up to a knee. Off the ropes. Big boot connects. Arrow writhing in pain. And oh my gosh, to the back of the neck over and over again. Relentless. Off the ropes. But this time, they both have a running senton. Look, we talk about, I know we talked about it a lot, clothesline. In just saying, that's the Repairman, Arrow's favorite son. But I'll tell you what, maybe there's a little bit more truth to that. I didn't know how similar their movesets were. Arrow, a couple shots to the eye. Arrow now has a signature and a finisher lined up. Arrow could have 3 finishers low-key. Big chop. Responding back. Turned around. Shades of Samugi with that leg balanced enziguri. Many people hoping for her safe return to the AWE, but that's one that's... Ooh. Oh boy, Arrow might have a long match out of them with no resiliency built up. Wait. That silly driver, but reversed into a pinfall. Is Arrow gonna get pinned with their own move? They are not. Reversed into another pin, 1. And it's just a 1 count. Repairman with that reversal and reversing right back. Arrow in danger. Signature finisher off the ropes. Clotheslined. Nearly decapitating Arrow. Stood right back up, but reverses Sister Abigail. But a Repairman reverses that that drop kick. Sends Arrow into the ropes. And into that, oh my gosh, ran into that, let him slam. Oh my gosh, count to infinity, 1, 2, and that's... Hold on, maybe you hear that? That's the audience, that's the united will of the people, and the Codebreaker connects. Arrow realizing that's not gonna be enough. Sees the Repairman does not have resiliency. Silly, the Del Sol still doesn't have it. Into the pinfall, is Arrow gonna steal it? 1. But Sammy, with a slow count, at some point must have gotten hit. That was Arrow's best opportunity, but Arrow not giving up uppercut to the Repairman. Stalking the Repairman ever so slowly up to the middle rope, calling for the Repairman to get up, y'all. I don't know how Arrow's still surviving. Big crossbody. At this juncture, Arrow likely needs to just go for a pin of some sort. Has the leg to the back of the knee. And goes for that again, whipping it back this time. Kick into the back. Trying to decimate the Repairman limb by limb, bit by bit, appendage by appendage. And ooh, Russian leg sweep. Arrow has actually almost built up another finisher. If Arrow can do that, and essentially, hold on a minute, another Russian leg sweep on the outside, and then going for shots right to the face and the eye of the Repairman. Trying to get the Repairman back. No, not into the ring, out to the outside. Stood right back up. But a couple shots from the Repairman. may see Arrow in incredible danger. Arrow rolls through. They both miss their move. They're both gonna have to try and get back in the ring at this point. Arrow dragging the repairman there, throws him in. What do they got going on? Repairman writhing. Oh, but this is vintage Repairman. Lights go out. Has Arrow up. And goes jaw first onto the ropes. Arrow was not prepared for the Repairman's old tricks, oldest trick in his book. Little teleportation, but Arrow kick right to the eye. This time, will the silly driver connect? It does! Hooks the leg into the pin. 1, 2. Resiliency, but I need to point out Arrow does still have rage. Coffin drop actually connects to the eye. Arrow might not need it. Arrow uses it. If Arrow is able to hit this bow and Arrow submission, is this the comeback of a lifetime? Is this the people and their united will getting Arrow the win over the Repairman? What an incredible match. But no. No. Yo, Repairman, get out of there. It's Amon. Arrow firing back on Amon, saving the Repairman. Clothesline over the top rope. They stare each other down. Arrow, ladies and gentlemen, just saved potentially the life of the Repairman. Well, I'm gonna keep it a buck with y'all. Arrow saving the Repairman in 2025 was not on my bingo card. It certainly was not. But we have just witnessed that. What an incredible, comeback, first of all, by Arrow. I thought Arrow was cooked, but we will continue with our show. My gosh. We're hopefully getting the Repairman to safety. Amon was supposed to be, here's the thing. I was going to ban all of the Equalist movement from this, but Chie and Yukiko were hard pressed to have this match against Yosuke and Alhaitham, mainly Yosuke, so we had to allow them in the building. Unfortunately, I didn't think that this was going to happen. My heart jumped when I saw him on. I don't know if your hearts jumped, but my heart certainly jumped. We'll continue though. Flair is about to come out and call out Ray for answers. So just wants to know why. Has strung Makoto along, and Makoto's done some things that we didn't really expect Makoto to do. That being said, can we say we're super surprised? We'll talk about it as these two have each other calling out as the stars go. Black. Oh, Makoto already in the ring, which is interesting. This is supposed to be Ray calling, Flair calling out. And Makoto backing off. This was a trap. Oh my gosh, Flair's back into the apron and just Ray wailing away. Sammy trying to break this thing up. This was not supposed to be a match. This was just supposed to be a standard, and it's not a match. Look at this, it's not a match. Sammy getting out of the way, luckily, fortunately, and Ray starting to beat the heck out of, Flair trying to beat the heck out of Ray now. Goodness gracious. And I had talked to Flair. I know Flair was so distraught at Ray's recent actions, and I'll tell you what, the actions, oh no. No, Flair, you gotta get up. You gotta get up. You gotta get out of the way, Flair. No! Oof. Hey, Ray, this is sickening. This is disgusting. This is downright awful. What's gotten in her head? Ray has just been quietly, for the most part, making plushies. Has had strong opinions from time to time, but has never been. Goodness gracious! Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh! Neither, and did you see Flair's body contort into those stairs and a poison Rana as well? Hey, when you get attacked from behind, your back shoved into the hardest part of the ring, it's hard to get a bearing on your situation. And let's not forget about everything that just happened. Flair's head just got hit with those steel steps and into the steel barricade as well. Goodness gracious, knee strike and another Rana on the outside, poison Rana. I don't know what Ray's deal is. Everybody loves Flair. Flair's just a good being. You guys voted Flair into that Gauntlet Eliminator. Was, I think, the last spot, but had the support of the people. Goodness gracious. Why? And we still don't have any answers as to why Ray is doing all of this. Ray's not even a contracted superstar. Ray is contracted to make plushies. This is insanity. She's essentially beating up a contracted superstar. Well, I guess Flair doesn't have a full-time contract. Flair is based on appearance, but didn't sign to compete tonight. So I don't know how this would actually fair in terms of legal. Hey, good job. Hey, Sammy. Let's go, Sammy. Sammy getting the stairs out of there. Look, Sammy's been taking referee calls from Splendid because this is an actual match. This is not a match. This is not a scheduled match. No bell rung. This is not a match. Sammy, he's trying to make sure that no damage, no permanent, at the very least, damage is being done to these two, especially after what happened this past Friday night. And now Flair's starting to get a little measure of revenge on Ray for this attack. At the very least, defending herself, but held on a little bit too long. Ray had a moment to get her senses back, get herself back situated, and a kick to the back. And a deep arm drag over to the corner. And where's she going now? Oh my gosh, scattering our ring cue, our ring announcer, and our timekeeper, our bell ringer, goodness gracious. And Sammy, yes, let's go Sammy! Ray trying to attack Sammy there too, goodness gracious. And grabs the chair anyway, busts Flair's head on the chair, trying to stomp, and look at that, Sammy getting that chair out of there. That's my guy. Let's wait. No, Ray, what did? And you put Sammy down. Put him not like. Oh, there's gonna be hell to pay at this juncture. Goodness gracious. Hey, what are you doing? Hey, Ray, you gotta. Hey, this is unnecessary. This is despicable. This is disgusting. These are intentional attacks on the referee. As Ray knocks out both Sammy and Flair. Despicable. You know, look, I don't understand attacking Flair, but also Sammy, get me back on Sammy too, man. Okay, Ray is going way too far. This is past just Makoto. This is just straight assault. This is straight assault. This is chaos. Flair just wanted an answer and instead got whooped, beat. Flair tried to make a comeback, but after getting dropped, the stairs dropped on him so many times. Goodness gracious. Anywho, ladies and gentlemen, it's about time for our triple threat match. It will be the Entourage for the first time in action since winning that AWE All-Star Championship. It is the one and the only Monsieur Mondo O Water. And, I assume something bad is happening. Hold on. Yo. I assume something bad is happening. Otherwise, you wouldn't call during the show. You know what? I can't say I'm surprised. Can you... Do we have... Yeah. Go ahead. I'll check it out. Parking lot camera? They got a crew out there? Just cut us over. Yeah, I got it. I can't say I'm surprised. In fact, I pretty much expected it after this. after this past Friday. Hey, you know what? Let him at it. Thank you. Alright, Mascotto. Yeah, don't let security get involved. I'm just... Oh, it's 2-on-1? I didn't know Mitsurai was here. Well then I'll be on standby. Tell Nahida, if I call, then, you know, it's time to send in the troops. Goodness gracious. Alright, thank you. Appreciate you. Alright. So, these two were actually brawling backstage, apparently, and it spilled out into the parking lot, as the medical team and security were tending to raid. These two just started brawling. You guys know the area near the ambulance in the backstage area. Supposedly they were battling, brawling, and then spilled out to here. It was just these two, and Mitsurai apparently was waiting in the parking lot. I didn't know this. And he's now carrying the ring general, but you don't carry the ring general. Not for long, not like that. They're trying to put him in an ambulance, it looks like. And a super kick to the back of the neck. And look at this. Gyutaro might have Gunther where he wants him. Oh my gosh! Oh, did you see him? He slammed him onto the concrete indent that's on the parking space. Oh my gosh. That's awful, dude. I can't imagine that. There's no soft landing there. But Gunther still fights on. He's the ring general for a reason. Looking for a sharpshooter. Has it in on him. No idea where Mitsurai is at this juncture. Maybe he walked away, and that is for the better for Gunther. And he's, I was gonna say, he really wants to put him into that ambulance. Maybe this is how this ends between these two. Maybe they have an ambulance match on the horizon. Oh, belly to belly slam. Mitsurai looking for his chunk of change too, even though he's got no beef with Gunther. These two are both disciples of deity Miku. And now I'll tell you what. I don't know what Gyutaro's doing, but he's just letting Mitsurai get his... I was gonna say he's letting Mitsurai get his butt whooped, but right now he's handling the ring general, who just suffered a loss because of Gyutaro to Golden this past Friday. And I also want to point out, they slammed him down there. That's dirt over in that area, but oh my gosh! But that surrounding pathing is concrete. Ladder fell on Gunther's head just now, and he got DDT'd right into the ground, almost onto that ladder. Would have been disgusting if it hit. Gunther in a 2-on-1 assault. It is still a 2-on-1 assault. Let's keep it a buck with you. As they fight near the parked cars. I don't know whose cars these are. I think that might be the very same car. Oh my gosh. No. Where are you taking him? Gunther responds. But Mitsurai able to counter? Yo, where is Gyutaro? Gyutaro just left Mitsurai to fend for himself against Gunther. But say his name apparently, he appears clotheslined. But Gunther able to push him away. Has him up on the shoulders. Oh, no, to the car! Gyutaro! Ring General is now in incredible danger, able to rip the hands of Kyutaro away. Plants him down, but then he has to immediately deal with Mitarai. Can't even catch his breath. Mitarai slams him onto the concrete, right onto the ledge of the sidewalk, right where that sidewalk ends. But a reversal by the Ring General. Mitarai, I think, was looking for a signature there. Mitarai returns fire, though. But look at this clothesline by the Ring General, by Big Daddy Gunta. Out of nowhere, here comes Kyutaro again. Not letting him deal too much damage to young Mitarai. As these disciples, Gunther's gonna need help at some point. Especially if these two are looking to work together a double drop kick. Oh, they're not done. Mitarai, the one who's lifting Kyutaro. I thought it'd be the other way around, but lo and behold, that just happened. Reversal by Gunther. For a moment, it looks like he's catching his breath, but it looks like he was going for a move there. I think Ryoma may have just narrowly knocked him out of the way so Kyutaro didn't take any damage. Kyutaro said finish him off as he's walking over, potentially to get another weapon? Or just to aura farm in the background while Mitarai drags him over towards this dangerous area with a plate of glass. No. Oh, no shot. Oh my gosh. Oh, thank goodness. Oh, Kyutaro. Oh, I thought he was about to dive at him. I thought he was about to dive at him. That was about to be bad news bears for the Ring General. But they both have weapons, and they're both wailing away on Gunther. Gunther, however, drop kick to Mitarai. Gunther and Kyutaro both around. Both on top of that structure now. Oh, no. Oh, man. Oh, that's not where you want to be if you're Gunther. Neck broken on that structure. It's nothing but plywood up there. Plywood and a heavy, hard falls. Clothesline to Mitarai. Kyutaro gets out of the way saying, yeah, maybe that wasn't such a good idea being up there with the Ring General. Mitarai, however, all alone up there with him. Kyutaro now trying to save him a little bit. Oh, no. Oh, gosh. Oh, yo, I'm just... Every time they get up and... Wait, he's got him locked in deep into... Oh, boy. Kind of a laying down guillotine as Gunther again gets tossed by Mitarai. They're dogging the Ring General out here. Look at his chest. It looks like hamburger meat at this point. Lift it up. No, no shot. No way. Ugh, thank goodness. I thought he was thinking about tossing him from there onto the ground. Ring General saves him. Kyutaro's still in the background, aura farming. As, oh no. Oh man, Mitarai may have just saved himself by kind of hanging up onto the side. Powerbomb, and now look who's the only one standing. You come with the Ring General, you ought not miss, but Gunther turned around, and now look at this roll through super kick. Kyutaro saying, I'll finish the job just like I did in that match you had, slams him down. And they celebrate on that platform together. They 2-on-1 the Ring General. That's what it takes sometimes, as Gunther has now suffered. I can't even call this a loss. This wasn't even a scheduled event, scheduled match. Dropped. Mitarai, honestly a little bit of an all-star. But I'll tell you what, I have a feeling that we might see Mitarai go one-on-one with the Ring General, and I don't know if that's going to be good for the mans. Clothesline. Utterly and truly despicable by these two gentlemen of the disciples of Miku. You gotta wonder, is this the will of Hatsune Miku? Was it? I have no idea. Your guess is as good as mine. Oh, rolled through. Super kick to the jaw of Gunther. They killed him. After he hit that move, Kyutaro said, remember, this move is the same move that I hit on you in the match that you got pinned in. These two just took it again to Le Ring General Gunther. Man, oh man. Give me the stars. In the parking lot, they beat him up, but they beat him up 2v1. And it took both of them. I'm gonna keep it a buck with that. They didn't do it by themselves, and they couldn't do it by themselves. As I exit, and I continue. And I need to feed Pilot, so I'll be right back, actually. It is that time. He's looking at me like, come on, give me some food. So I'll be right back. Okay, now we're good. As we move on with our show, I think I've already said the things that we're having this triple threat match. It is two former world champions of the Entourage. One former fight. Well, I guess two technically. I guess three. Well, hold on a minute. Let's actually talk about this. Now that I'm thinking about it, as the Stars, because they have a lot of accolades as the Stars go. Black, because all three of them have been Fight Forever champion in a short history so far. And calling this match to make sure it's fair and it's square. The man, the myth, the legend. Splendid. Y'all, what can I say? Over the past, I'll be saying over the past couple of days, it's nice. It's nice to see Splendid. He's that guy. He's that lad. He's that hero of the referee. The referee. I can't call them a division of the refs. I suppose. Splendid looking to call this match right down the middle, as we know he always does, always will, always should. This past week at Inferno, he had to force a disqualification, something most referees don't do. Don't have the balls to do. Don't have the self-respect to do, but Splendid did after Nugget ever so awfully drop-kick Splendid. On purpose, by the way. Splendid looked at the kid and said, oh, no, I'm calling this one. You're disqualified. I'm the referee. And let's hope that that continues to, at the very least down the line, help other referees stand up for themselves. Call disqualifications when they get knocked over in matches like that. That was a regular tag team match. But right now, Splendid's calling this one. And out first, he's Pimpin', the only member of this match in the Entourage who has not held a world championship in the AWE. That being said, he held his first singles championship just about 9-ish months ago, at the end of December, won at the Fight Before Christmas, I believe. In that very quick ladder match, Kazuichi, the only title he's ever held is that Fight Forever title. Is so happy for Mondo, even though the Entourage has mostly dissolved. But now that we know that ultimates can be taken, you gotta think, like, there's like a big vantage point here that like they could be in danger at some point of Amon. Now we know that Amon like has this list of most threatening to least threatening as he's going down his list of equalization. We saw him try to get the repairman again tonight. Luckily, Arrow stepped in, maybe following the united will of the people to save the repairman, or perhaps maybe just their own will, is the million-dollar question, to save the repairman. Tonight, he is going one-on-one, with the new AWE All-Star Champion, Mondo Owada. His championship don't look too good right now, but I'm not sure what's going on with it, but I digress. Mondo, congratulations. You know, that might be, you know, he maybe spray painted it black, maybe it's got like a mood light on it. I don't know what's going on with that championship, but I digress. Man, Hey, you know what? They say 2K is gonna 2K, and hey, it 2K'd, but I digress. Mondo is here tonight as your all-star champion. You couldn't tell by the faceplate on that belt, but I'll tell you what, it is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. Man, yep, you sure are all-star champion. It's always something, ain't it? And also coming out, a man who had a fantastic showing, who's probably going to be in action a lot over the next couple of weeks, because it looks like Ryoma just has a list of dream matches that he needs to put on. He's got to go one-on-one with Eggman again in the near future. One-on-one with Skeletor again in the near future. Yeah, you got to imagine we want to see one-on-one Gunther versus Ryoma as well, but I'm keeping a buck with you. There's Kuzu holding that camera. But as I said, you gotta keep it up. Wait a minute. Yeah, you know what? I keep saying this is deserved, but you know, with how often Kuzu has essentially not tormented, but like ripped on Ryoma, I would do it every time I come to the ring too. I would 1,000,000%. I thought about doing it again, but look at this. Dragging in the camera drone that we have for these entrances. It's our triple threat match. Everyone's out here. No title on the line, but hey, imagine one of these two pins Mondo. Standard triple threat rules. One-on-one. And Splendid's calling it right down the middle, as he always does. And the bell rings. And right now, Mondo and Ryoma immediately doing battle. Super kick. In response, Ryoma, oh my gosh, did you see him kip up after that? My gosh, directly into a pinfall, and Mondo coming to break it up. Perfect pin count, by the way. And another roll up. This time, Ryoma's the one who has to break it up. I don't think anyone really had to break it up. I'm gonna keep it a buck with you. Neck breaker by the champ. And look at the height differential from everybody. It's like noticeable rather between Ryoma and Kazuichi, but like, I'm gonna keep it a buck with you. Between Mondo and everyone else, it's it's staggering. That's a big man right there. After a drop kick, his own drop kick, you want to go for the pin. Crazy work. It feels like out of respect, all three of these men want to just end this thing quickly without having to hurt each other. But I'm gonna tell you what, none of them are gonna stay down easy. None of them are gonna stay down easy. Look at that again, going for a quick pinfall. Shot to the jaw. Just bodies him, big boys him, as the Pimp is down. And this is what I wanted to talk about. All three, the Fight Forever Championship is not even a year old yet. I think its year mark will be at Brawl Oween this October. The championship has not been around for a year, and all three of these men have held it. Mondo taking it off of Tartaros, Ryoma taking it off of Mark Hendry, and Kazuichi taking it off of Skull, I believe, at the Fight Before Christmas. I believe Skull was champion then. As a couple of shots to the chest, and another one, and a big boot. Still to come after this fight, it is going to be Camilla versus Black Swan, and in our main event tag team action, it will be up and down. It will be a callback between the Inaba investigation team and, of course, the Equalist movement, Yosuke, who attempted murder 2 nights ago. Who shouldn't be in the building, but I said it's okay. Because the Inaba investigation team, look, when Chie and Yukiko are on the same page, I gotta let that magic happen. I gotta let it happen, for one. For two, broken up and kicked out, by the way. Kazuichi looks like he's taking the most damage. Champion's taking the least damage. Standard suplex. And you know what? I don't even think I commented on the kendo stick exploding. It's just what I come to expect between these three gentlemen. They are big-time strikers and powerhouses. And I'll be real. I guess Ryoma, a little bit of a technician and high flyer, took the words right out of my mouth, but he was high falling, and just like earlier, ooh, Count of 2. Sacre bleu. Went for a low drop kick. That's the same move that got Nugget disqualified. It kicked Splendid instead. And triple knees right to Ryoma. All-star champion in full control. But right behind him is the ultimate Pimp. Soda, but right now, let me tell you what. Mondo has been firing on all cylinders lately. His husband big boyed him. His husband, Pi, just won 2 out of 3 falls in the 3 stages of hell match against XSP this Friday at, ooh, kicked out. No resiliency. I thought it might have been resiliency, and look who immediately says, hey, let me do that again real quick. Very clearly, Kazuichi not gonna let it happen. Shot to the jaw. Splendid watching. But look at this. Now Ryoma, the Kang, the only one there, tried to moonsault. Kazuichi rolls out of the way. He's very close to participating in that soda slicer, maybe hitting that Pimp slap. Lights your chest up. On fire, up, around, down, and arm drag. But look at that, turned around. I thought for a second there Mondo was going for that road rage, but he may be thinking about going on for Ryoma instead. Ryoma very quickly trying to go for that moonsault, but out of nowhere, Soda has him up. These 3 cycling between all of their moves. Lickety split. There is no moment to breathe between them. And you know, luckily Splendid gets a, I think he just missed the Pimp slap. He missed the Pimp slap, and instead he gets hit with Road Rage. And look who's there to break it up with a sledgehammer in hand for 1. Had to drop it to get there as soon as possible. Ryoma, I will say, is still the one who is in the most danger. Especially where he has that sledgehammer rammed right into his face. Pulls him back and slams him down onto the handle of it. That honestly, it could be the match. 1, 2, kicked out. It ain't gonna be that easy to keep a Kang down. It ain't gonna be that easy. But keeping a Pimp down, keeping a champion down, I don't know what it's gonna take between the 3 of them. And look at that, they've both tried to go for feet on the ropes. I think Ryoma's tried to do that as well. Against Kaito at last year's Fight Before Christmas. Into the corner. Maybe pick that up from the Entourage saying, hey, win by any means necessary. Kaito also a former member of the Entourage. Keep the buck with you. This could have been a fatal 4-way match now I'm thinking about it. Turn around. Pimp slap. Small man goes flying for 1, for 2, and that's resiliency. Mondo would not have made it in time. But I'll tell you what, if this thing lands, and it looks like it might on the ropes, he's gonna have to pay attention from behind. Cheeky roll up for 1, and just 1. Mondo still, honestly, look at how fresh Mondo is compared to his Entourage brethren. But it doesn't matter how fresh you are, it's about being at the right place at the right time, and right now, it looks like Ryoma's in the right place for Kazuichi to pull him down, but look at this standing with that, and then again trying to steal a pinfall on Mondo, not working, and it's a kick out. Ryoma Hoshi, wait a minute, pulled him back, long ways to go, into the pinfall. Where's Kazuichi? He's still down, 1 and 2. No resiliency burned. Remember, Mondo wasn't taking that much damage at all, but that may be the great equalizer drop kick to the back. The Pimp saying, give me all of that. Give me every single bit of that. But he tried to stop that from happening. Maybe even push Kazuichi into that move onto Ryoma. And Kazuichi realizing this is my path to victory. I'm just going to have to keep Mondo down for a moment. Kendo stick in hand. Oh my gosh, but he takes it right to the kidneys. Mondo thinking that might be enough to burn resiliency. 1, 2. He wasn't right. Hey, don't count out the Pimp. When he needs to get the job done, he can get the job done. He beat lead Avi. Oh my gosh, the knee. at the first ever AV Mania in a last man standing match. The hidden strength of the Kang. I'm not sure what. I think he might have been trying to use brass knuckles. He might have been trying to knock. If he had hit those brass knuckles, that could have been the end of this match. That might have been the end of this fight. He's dropped down and the pinfall. Mondo's got to come in there quick. 1, 2. Broken up, no resiliency burned. I would like to also point out if he hits Road Rage right here, right now. No, standing moonsault might be even better, but look who's there trying to, oh my gosh. And that's why he is champion, goes right back to his target. The one who's burned resiliency, the former Kang, sends him down, but look who's already back up to his feet, breaks it up. He should have also used his other finisher he tried to actually, onto Kazuichi. We saw him dip down there, and now that Mondo's down, Pimp Slap connects. Mondo's got to get back up. He's got to get back up before 3, 1, and he does. Kazuichi thought he had his moment, thought he had his opportunity. Oh my gosh! Half T-bone suplex, and man's neck went right into the mat. And that might be enough. Mondo, however, back to his senses. Ryoma, his body don't feel too good. It feel real bad. It feel real bad. Ooh, atomic drop with authority. I'd like to point out Mondo does still have a finisher on lock. If he decides to use it, Kazuichi might be burning resiliency, but look who's stalking on the outside with that steel chair. Chairs have been very notable as of late. Big clothesline. Oh, but look at this. If he's drop kick to the leg. He's using his speed. Is he going for the destroyer? Mafia destroyer into 1, 2. Not resiliency on Mondo, not yet. Ryoma's wondering, am I out of my league now? Oh my gosh, he tried to run at him. Kazuichi tried to steal it. But right there, Mondo gets out of the corner. If he was a step faster, plucks him out of the sky, drops him on the bat, Road Rage into the pin. But look who's there. Meaning resiliency's not gonna get burned. And Ryoma's trying desperately to take advantage of the situation. Drops him on the handle of that sledgehammer and tries to bash the champion. And oh my gosh, instead, it's Kazuichi who takes a headshot. Drop toe hold. Hold on a minute. Hold on a second. Kazuichi's still down. Mondo might have a long ways to go. Kazuichi back up to his feet though. And that's 1. And it's a broken up. It's a broken up. I thought he was about to just go for the pin. Because right now, Mondo's down. He's hurting. He just got hit with a finisher. Ryoma rolled through, and he gets pimp slapped, ladies and gentlemen. Kazuichi stole it. And he proves why he was the leader of the entourage and why he still needs to be respected tonight. If the title was on the line, Mondo would have just lost it without being pinned. And it's 1, 2, kick out. Ryoma the only person to burn resilience in this fight, and that's what is going on here. Kazuichi had the focus in this match. He looked around all over the place. He took Ryoma outside of the ring saying, "You burned resiliency. I know you don't have much left in you. You lasted for so long in that gauntlet match." Kazuichi, you gotta remember, he's been so fresh because he hasn't had these grueling matches over the past couple of weeks. Ryoma has. Mondo has. Mondo's been attacked in a parking lot, for God's sake. Kazuichi just picked off the bones of his former entourage brethren. Mondo started to take big move after big move. We're talking about destroyers. We're talking about long ways to go, but he still never burned resiliency. That's $1 million ticket. And we can't say that Kazuichi didn't take some big damage either. I think he took 2 of these. I think he took Road Rage twice, but everyone always had a moment. Kazuichi found his moment, said he rolled through, don't mind if I do, pimp slap. Mondo was still down for 1, for 2, and for 3. Ryoma ate the pin. And Pimp Kazuichi proving why he's still got it. He didn't pin the champion, but now you might have to think about it. Those two might have to go one-on-one. Ryoma was the odd man out in this one. They were both targeting him throughout that match. Ryoma was trying desperately to survive, but then it was kind of numbers advantage. I don't know how I feel about that, and let's not forget, that's a perfect ref match. God's chosen ref, yeah. Splendid's reffing every day. All right, that's excellent. Let's give me the stars. Yeah, we're about to have ourselves one heck of a match real quick. Hey, everyone get your binoculars out. We're about to witness something special, aren't we? It is Camilla versus Black Swan, one-on-one. Two purple-haired beauties about to do battle, and I have to take you back to a conversation had featuring Camilla not too long ago. In fact, by not too long ago, I mean sometime late last week. Check it out. And so was Queen's Pool. Norphelia celebrate their honeymoon at Brawl Oween with a match for the AWE Tag Team titles, and they will face off against either Hot Topic or the Disciples of Miku, as those two go 2-on-2 not this Friday, next Friday at AWE Fracture. I'm excited. Who will the lovers face? Could they walk out of this year potentially with the titles? There's a lot of teams that want another shot at those championships, but I digress. We'll see how it all plays out as it looks like things have been, I don't want to say settled, but at the very least, it seems like things are a lot better between Camilla and her daughter-in-law, and Queen, of course, who got them this championship match. That being said, it's not about titles tonight. It is about it's about having a good time. It's about kisses from the devil, I guess. Hey, take me to this match. I don't want to wait any longer. Give me an ear. Yeah, man. A woman who uncategorically made mistakes this AV Mania season. If they didn't prove it to her, I don't know what it would have taken, but they whooped her. They proved that they fought with each other. They had synergy. They had love more than anything. Camilla suffered a defeat at AV Mania, but was that defeat really a defeat at the end of the day? She got what she wanted. She got proof that her daughter had someone who will always and forever fight for her. That their love is not a fluke. That their energy, their synergy, their togetherness was not a fluke. It feels like there's even more of a pep in Camilla's step. And sometimes maybe that's what she needed. And you know what? I don't think the way she went about it is the right way. I think it was so much drama on a night that should have been filled with love, but I'm glad that they have essentially reconciled, because now she's going one-on-one with Black Swan. Black Swan did not win at AV Mania, but we all did because of Black Swan. I will leave it at that. If you have not seen it, I hope you see it tonight. Black Swan very quickly earned the admiration of the AWE as we were entranced by her fantastic movement below the waist. Or rather of the waist. Regardless, I'm trying to be as PC as humanly possible. But it is hard when I am looking at perhaps one of the most captivating women in the AWE today. Officially signed, it is Black Swan. It's purple hair versus purple hair. It's 1-on-1. And they're throwing hands tonight. Bell rings. Single leg drop kick to Black Swan. It's a big match for Black Swan if she's able to put away Camilla tonight. You gotta imagine her name goes up on the upper echelons. Could be in the talks for maybe a match against March 7th. A match against, I don't know, a world champion, a match against potentially the United Will of the People champion. Look, there's a lot of things that might go down if she's able to beat Camilla tonight. She already has the support of the people. She was voted in, I believe, at number 1 from those polls. You can hear everyone rooting her on. The boos for Camilla. I don't think everyone's really forgiven Camilla for what she's done. But she's still fine. That's we'll leave it at that. Anywho, these two are doing some real grabs, so let's actually focus on the match. Black Swan's arm starting to feel the punishment from Camilla. She was targeting the arm for the majority of those grappling moments. As a like dragon screw, but a snap roll up for 1, and just for 1. Sammy doing his best to call this match. Don't think he can call it better than Splendid did in the last match, but he's going to do his dang best. I know Splendid's been holding conferences with all of the referees, much to some of their ire, I'll be real. Got up to the top rope in a very, oh my gosh! A very unique way, and that was a very unique top rope maneuver. I don't think I've ever seen anyone kind of move like that. It looked like she was making a mistake, but at the end of the day, it turned out kind of beautiful. Was looking for a split there. May have hurt herself in the process. Camilla taking advantage, starting to fire back. And a super kick. Right to the jaw. Black Swan sweeps the leg though. Back inside the ring. Begging Camilla to get in. No, she's actually going right back out. Hurricane Rana. Their legs wrapped up. And Black Swan rolling back in. Right now, she's got a strong advantage. And she's still going back up top. She still ain't done. What is she doing this time? Fall away. Essentially a top rope coffin drop. She went right to sleep. And rolled through. Trying to crawl into a pinfall. Honestly, this might be resiliency. I was wrong. That's on me. It's Camilla after all. Don't count her out too quick. But here's the thing. She did go through a very grueling cell match with her daughter and daughter-in-law, her 2 daughters. Trying to go off of the ropes. Instead, goes face first into the turnbuckle with a drop kick. Black Swan, oh my gosh, backstabber. And into the pin. 1, 2, kick out. Count of 2. It's been a slow grinding pace. Out of the corner, coffin drop again. Lifted right back up. Rolled through. Oh, and we were waiting for this. Ah, yeah, man. Can't believe that. Look at it. Ladies and gentlemen, the world was waiting for that moment. And now we're potentially seeing, oh my gosh, the beginning of the end of this matchup as Black Swan hits that black hole slam. 1, 2, and that's resiliency from Camilla. And here's the thing, Black Swan still has a finisher. Look at how okay Black Swan is, how essentially fresh Black Swan is. Nails that move again as Camilla just falls over. That honestly probably should have been rope break. 1, 2. Now here's the thing. If Splinter were refereeing this match, he would have seen that. That's all I want to say. He would have seen that. He would have seen Camilla grab the bottom rope, but I'll tell you what, this was a Black Swan showcase tonight. If you weren't familiar with what she's able to do, you just found out tonight. Once again, this is off of the back end of a very grueling 30-minute Hell in a Cell match. So Camilla likely still feeling all of the damage, both physically and emotionally, from her match just 8 days ago. But Black Swan didn't care. Black Swan said, it doesn't matter. I'm popping the audience, and I'm popping these cheeks, and I'm popping this W after the black hole slam, and I'm not sure what she does here. Just one shot right to the jaw. Goes up, over, and there's that black hole slam. Into the pinfall. That was resiliency. Knocked her down one more time. And here's the thing, we're all gonna have to, boom, right to the jaw. We're all gonna have to pay attention because Camilla had her hands on the ropes, and here we can see it right here. 1, 2, hands on the rope before 3, and Sammy just didn't see it, even though I feel like he was staring right at her. That is a Black Swan W in the books. But Camilla, for all intents and purposes, shouldn't have taken a pinfall right there. She should have survived. I digress. Should have been Splendid. Maybe, you know what? Maybe Splendid should be holding some more referee instructionals. I'm just gonna keep it a buck with you. Maybe he should. We will go on though. Give me the stars. As we make our way to our main event, it is Yukiko, Chie, 2-on-2 with the Equalist movement. They knew that they weren't allowed here backstage. Not tonight at Rebellion. However, they begged and pleaded the general managers, and we all had to make it so. It's main event time. Let's see how this thing plays out as the stars go. Black. Yukiko telling the Flame Tribe, or at the very least, Hu Tao and Bernice not to get themselves involved. And you know what? That's very selfless of her. While she is a Persona user, she is very much a target of Amon. Knows that Hu Tao is as well, saying, Hu Tao, this isn't about you. This is about what they did. Well, I mean, actually, it is technically about you, but it's not about Hu Tao. This is about you and what Yosuke did to you this past Friday. Once again, you literally in the hospital. Look, I'm sorry. I just kind of think about what went on, and I just my brain stops functioning for a second, imagining what kind of cruelty was going through Yosuke's head to do that to someone he considered his best friend. Does everything that they've done mean nothing to him at this point? You know what I mean? That's hard to believe. But I digress. Yukiko wants to get her hands on Yosuke, so does Chie, and let me keep it a buck with you. They still do not like each other. They surely and sincerely do not. However, for potentially one night only, they're willing to put their differences aside And they haven't teamed together in probably a year and a half. It'd be rough. I'd have to really like think about getting exact dates, but it's been a year and a half at the very least that these two have not teamed together. They have been in the ring together as opponents, I believe once or twice this year. Maybe twice this year. But tonight, they're teaming up. You have to imagine, is that synergy, is that is that tag team mindset still there? Yukiko, I know, has been a tag team girly over the summer, but she's adjusted very quickly to Hu Tao. This is not Hu Tao. But, in a sense of things, they are both masters of kicking. But they're completely different entities. Chie, working together with Yukiko, want to get their hands on Yosuke and want to get their hands on the Equalist movement tonight. Y'all, it's really gonna be hard for me to remain unbiased in calling this match. So you'll have to forgive me and forgive my journalistic integrity because I don't think it's gonna be possible. At this moment in time, rather, whenever I see Yosuke's face, I start seething, dude. I start seething after what he did 2 nights ago. And I know a lot of people feel the exact same way. Yosuke shouldn't even be here tonight, but I did this for Yukiko and Chie. Them being on the same page is big. If the two of them get on the same page about something, the general managers know this is serious to them. After essentially having to keep them apart as much as possible so they didn't tear each other apart after the attack from the Flame Tribe back in January to essentially put an exclamation point on their arrival and togetherness in the AWE. They've been enemies. They've been hardcore enemies, but tonight, they're still enemies. I want to like keep it a buck with you. I want to like do a little separation there. They are still very much enemies. They are not friends. But they both despise what Yosuke has done, and they both still have tremendous respect, love, and admiration for their friend, Yu. Sending him well wishes and trying to get a little measure of revenge, at least make Yosuke look like a fool tonight in tag team action. It is the movements, Alhaitham and Yosuke versus, for the first time in a year and a half, the Inaba investigation team. Yukiko starting this thing off. Alhaitham starting off as well. Not what Yukiko wanted to see, said get Yosuke in here, but it might not happen. These two did catch a loss. Well, not these two, my bad. Yukiko just caught a loss by countout. Is the same thing gonna happen tonight? That's gotta be a worry that's on her mind. Moko slammed her outside of the ring and took a countout loss for 9. I also would like to point out, next week, Deity Miku and company will return. So keep it a buck. We'll keep our eyes peeled on that. I'm sure they've got a lot to say, and especially a lot to say with Mona potentially involved with them in some way, shape, or form. You could go off the ropes. Went for a big splash, but I'll hate them stepping out of the way. As Yukiko reverses. Not the corner you want to be in. Turns Alhaitham around, saying, come on, Yosuke, tag in. Tag and save your buddy, Yosuke. Sends Alhaitham into the post. Pushes him away. Runs over, drop kicks Alhaitham. And look at that, tag's been made. Yukiko probably dreading tagging in now because look who's in the ring. Pushes him out of the way. Chie means business tonight. Into the ropes. Immediately goes for, oh my gosh, not a neck breaker. Drop the forehead onto the knee. Immediately going after the head and neck area, saying, hey, you hit you with that concerto to the head? Maybe I'll take your head tonight. Into the pinfall. 1. Let's kick out of 1. This is a very serious Chie. Went for a kick immediately to the head of Yosuke. Yosuke starting to feel it. It was such a fantastic main event until you got counted out due to Amon's interference. And then, of course, the entire assault afterwards, as right now Chie with the kick saying, oh, I've been waiting for this all weekend. Right to the chest. And tagging and Yukiko saying, I know you want some too. Stop that tag from being made, but of course, look at that. She tried to even stop Yosuke from rolling out, saying, I'll get him. I'll get him, don't you worry. And now Yukiko's probably seething, saying, ugh. Get Yosuke back in the ring. My gosh. DDT to the foot. Step on the side on the ropes. This time, just narrowly, I was going to say narrowly catching Alhaitham with a knee to the face and a pinfall. 1. She was trying to bait Yosuke to come into the ring. Looked at him right afterwards, coming and saying, come on, get in here. Get in here, why don't you? She's got a signature. She's going to try and use it as the real question. Dragging Alhaitham to the corner. Turns him backwards. Ooh, shot to the back. Turns him around again. Pushes him away, unsure of what's going on here. Ooh, Hurricane Rana. Yeah, look at that. Yosuke baited in. And I thought immediately she was going to turn to Yosuke saying, alright, let's do this. Into the corner again. I thought, yeah, we were about to see a tag team move from these two. Something we haven't seen in a long time, but Yukiko, she's fighting with some pure rage right now. And you got to imagine, this is also after getting that count-out loss, so it's not even the rage specifically from you. It's probably built-up rage as well after that signature's reversed, by the way. Signature reversed and reverse right back. Yukiko reverses that bookmark. And hits, oh my gosh, that jaw. Right to the dome. Tags were made. Chie in. Right now, these two are dominating out of pure rage. As I was saying, though, Yukiko fighting with not just the rage from you, but the fury from that countout that Moko took against her. Fury that Mona has betrayed so many people again. And is apparently joined up or favors deity Miku. We got a lot of questions for that. Hopefully we get some answers next Sunday at Rebellion as Alhaitham stand-in Chie back up and sends her into the steps. That's something you gotta watch out for with the Equalist movement. They will use their environment to their advantage. If they can't beat you in a fair match, they will use the rules and the environment to their advantage. We saw with the Repairman at AV Mania used a count out to get a victory, and they very well could be trying to do the same thing again tonight. Look at that, we're already kind of 7. Hold on, she able to stand, oh, barely standing back up. She's gonna have to rush back in there to count of 8, and she does make it. Alhaitham sends her flying back first. And just like that, this may be turning around in the, I was gonna say, in the favor of the movement. And this neckbreaker does connect, so yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. That's exactly what you want to see, and especially if you get to make that tag to Yosuke. Chie standing right back up, heard the tag made. You got to imagine that's exactly what she wanted to see. Maybe she was playing dead, saying, hey, get Yosuke in here ASAP. I want to kick him right in the head. Oh, but a reversal. Not letting Yukiko get a second to get her hands on Yosuke, and Yosuke firing right back. These two always used to butt heads when they were working together. Look, Yosuke tried to stop that tag from being made, but instead Yukiko goes in immediately and says, I've been waiting for this. Goes under, snaps, swing blade. Steps up, off the ropes, leg drop. We talked about Yukiko is low-key one of the hotheads in the Flame Tribe. We see this move all the time. It's become iconic, that face plant. Into the pinfall, and that is 1. And it's broken up. And you can see right now she's got 2 Amagi ends locked in. And she said, I could have made that tag, but he is mine. But reversed. Reversed the finisher. He's got a signature. Chie helping out. Clothesline. A shot to the face. She was like, if I can't tag in, I'm sure gonna clock you. Standing right back up. Can Yukiko get that Amagi? In. Locked. In. Yosuke might have to burn resiliency at this point. Is locked in deep. He's got no stamina bar left. He's wiggling, but he's able to roll out of it. Barely able to roll out of it. Yukiko could have made the tag there, but she said, no, I ain't done yet. Yosuke runs for the heavens, but she goes to the outside. Yosuke kicks right back up. He rolls through. Hurricane Rana. Yukiko's down. Oh, you know what? There's the emotion in this match is a bar none. As Yukiko's sent into the steps. Stepped around as well. For the count of 5, you gotta imagine Yukiko could be losing this by count out again. Is that Blue Thunder Bomb just connected? Yukiko desperate to make sure that doesn't happen again. Kicks Yosuke, said, hey, you know what? Feel what I felt yesterday. Embarrassed Yosuke, the same embarrassment that she felt yesterday. A fitting end. My gosh. Hey, and I want to keep it a buck with you. When they were fighting Alhaitham, they weren't giving it 100%. The second Yosuke got tagged in, they started going crazy. They started putting everything on the line, and there was that hot tag. For some reason, Yosuke wanted no parts of Yukiko. Stood right back up, and it's likely because of this face plant. Moves like this have put Yukiko on the map this year. And into the pinfall. Was going for a move inside the ring. Yosuke thought it was safe, but instead, here is where things started to turn around. We thought Yukiko was about to suffer another count-out loss, but instead, she planted Yosuke with a kick. And these two apparently celebrating together. Together, but also still apart. Not for nothing. Not the celebration they were used to when they were the Inaba investigation team. Didn't touch each other, no hugging. Instead saying, we got them, but I have a feeling they might not be done yet. They've worked together. Potentially they still have it as we continue and check out our card. That was Rebellion tonight. Let's get out of here and let's check out, let's review everything that went down. We had these two team up for the first time in a long time. We had a couple of like crazy, really crazy moments. First of all, Arrow and the Repairman. Second of all, these two, who would have thunk? Inaba investigation team up to make Yosuke lose via countout the same way that Yukiko lost just 2 nights ago. Black Swan decimated Camilla, but got her hands on the rope. You gotta imagine this might not be over. Kazuichi proved, hey, you might be champion, but I'm still the boss. Kyutaro and Ryoma, I'm sorry, not Ryoma, my bad. Ryota Mitarai. 2-on-1 Gunther, and you know what? They did a pretty good job, but Gunther was standing tall for a minute in that match. This wasn't a match. Flair was calling out Rave, but instead it turned into pure chaos, and Arrow defeated the Repairman, and Amon came out to everyone's shock, trying to, I guess, unrepair the Repairman or something. I don't know what you would call it. Take away his abilities, potentially ending his existence in the ring. But Arrow, despite it all, ran back in and saved the Repairman. Let's look at our news. Ryoma, injured. Ray, blindsided Flair. Fighting between them as they are apparently real rivals at this point. And the Repairman's injury had been aggravated even further during his match. He's still ready to fight through it. Medical staff are concerned that he could be put out of action. And everything else here is, well, I think this actually might have been from the other week prior. I digress. That is all she wrote. That is Rebellion. I don't think our roster has changed. We will be back, however, next Sunday. The Disciples will be in the ring. It's been since AV Mania. I think Miku is trying to collect herself, or something of that nature. I'm not sure. It's kind of hard losing a world title, you know, especially after what Miku has gone through, I guess, this summer. She was on top of the world. She defeated her old, I wouldn't even call it Saika didn't consider her a rival, but Miku was like, I hate you more than anybody in the AWE. You took what should have been my crowning moment and turned me into a meme of myself. Put her away in a pretty dominant fashion, but then ended up losing at AV Mania. But I think the real question about all of this isn't that, it's more so, Mona, what's her involvement? I guess we might find out next Sunday. So stay tuned. Until then, I'm taking off. United States Aviator, Toodaloo Flight Crew. Thank you for watching.
Generation.